Now it's crossed over to the women. Hey y'all, Gravity, any day above ground live it, so you already know what to do. Share, like, and subscribe. That's right, share, like, and subscribe, because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. I needed to take a moment, family. I'm sorry about that, because I was just quickly rereading this tweet. And yeah, for a bunch of white people who are so obsessed with saying that black people are in. I'm sorry, I looked at the tweet again. Let's just get into the tweet. So we have this Lauren Witzke person, and she describes herself as a Christ first. Always got to throw that in there. Fall short of the Lord's glory. A 2020 GOP nominee for U.S. Senate out of Delaware. We're going to look at that a little bit later. A Christian and a nationalist. So we already know what type of time they are based on this tweet. And the executive producer of Stu Peters' show, who is another white nationalist. And producer for the Died Suddenly documentary, which dealt with the Belle Biv DeVoe. She put up this tweet on a Friday night. And I think ABC, after this strike is over, I think y'all need to go get some sitcoms and bring back TGIF, because obviously people need something to do on a Friday night. Because this woman decided to put this picture up of a white woman and a black man, and then, dear white men, your only daughter brings her boyfriend home from college. It is this man. What is your honest reaction? This reminds us of that meme where we have a picture where it says nobody, absolutely nobody, white men, and they're thinking about black men and there. But you see what I mean. Now it's crossed over to the women. It did not go the way she thought. It did not go the way she thought. They cooked her. Now, these are just the regular comments. She got cooked. And admittedly, I don't know who these people are. I researched them. I still don't know who they are, but okay. And these are the quoted tweets. But yeah, she got cooked. But then I saw this. And I said, let's do some research. Tabernacle. So apparently she's into the Q people. All right, cool. It says, Q people linked Senate candidate under fire for violent and racist attacks on RBG. Lauren Witzke has denied links to the Q people, but follows and interacts with various extremist Twitter accounts. A Republican U.S. Senate candidate linked to the extremist Q people movement has drawn flack for posting messages accusing Ruth Bader Ginsburg of upholding abortion rights to limit the growth of black and brown Americans. We already know RBG was a staunch anti-black racist. We know this, but okay. Leave it to the Independent to say black and brown. There's no more black and brown. I just helped y'all with your journalistic integrity. Lauren Witzke, who won last week's primary to contest the Democratic-held seat in Delaware, also wrote on Twitter that her Democratic opponent, Chris Coons, who supports abortion rights, was a Christian-hating baby killer. Now, this was back in 2020. By the way, she lost. But I'm sure y'all could have determined that. I'm coming for your seat, Satanist, she said. Miss Witzke began her volley of anti-Ginsburg messages on Facebook soon after the beloved judge's death was announced on Friday night. In one message, she accused Justice Ginsburg of supporting abortion to curb the growth of non-white populations in the U.S. And it goes on and on and on. But there was something else I wanted to show y'all, family. Admitted ex-drug runner with an arrest record for meth and heroin wins GOP nomination for Senate. She was trying to get her Queen of the South on. She was trying to get her Mary Louise Parker from Weeds on. All right. Last week, Republicans, we'll skip that. Going to talk about that transformer who became, I guess, a sheriff up in New Hampshire. This week, Republicans in Delaware selected an admitted ex-drug runner and racist flat earther to be their nominee in the race for U.S. Senate. Lauren Witzke is a former field organizer for the Trump campaign. This week, she won her primary at 56.9% of the vote. Witzke campaigned on a platform that included a 10-year moratorium on all immigration into the United States, forcing rape victims to have babies, and diverting welfare payments to married couples with 3 or more children as a sort of reward for procreating in a biblical way. Witzke's plan specifically states that funds would only go to couples who have children together, effectively cutting out LGBTQ couples. Diverting welfare payments. I wonder if you have Brett Favre on the payroll. In short, she's awful. Now a new expose published by the Daily Beast finds that she's even more awful than people first believed, because it turns out Witzke has a history of elevating Q conspiracy theories and making racist remarks online. We just reported that, but here we go. She also has quite the rap sheet. The Daily Beast reports in August 2017, Witzke was arrested in Tennessee on a series of charges. The newspapers noted that a woman named Lauren Witzke had been arrested on violating both heroin and methamphetamine laws, charges of driving under the influence, resisting arrest, and introduction of contraband into a penal facility. And she's still out? Huh. White supremacy. Slate adds that Witzke first became addicted to drugs after suffering a bout of depression while working for a pharmaceutical company. She started taking painkillers, got addicted, and eventually switched to heroin. At some point, she became wrapped up with drug cartels. Speaking to WDEL radio in May, Witzke said, quote, "I ended up in a situation that I never thought I'd find myself in. I was running drugs actually for the Mexican cartels. After seeing the light, Witzke got clean and decided she needed to run for office to fight against these dangerous criminals who, quote, sell these drugs to American children and will not think twice if it will kill them." So instead of being a messenger, so kids and impressionable adults do not go down your path, you said, let's just go for the ultimate. Let me just become a U.S. senator. I mean, them legal fees were probably up the ass, so you gotta show them that you could pay it back. Or at least if you're a U.S. senator, you could use that as cachet. But yeah, that's the history of a woman who decided to put up a picture of a white woman and a black man and ask the sons of the Confederacy and white supremacy, how would they feel if their daughter came home with this person? Yeah, so Lauren Witzke, yeah, this was just a weird post to put up, but it seems to be par for the course for the white nationalist contingent. And to me, it sounds like you probably saw a black man on the street that you were attracted to, and you wanted to see how maybe your dad would react to it. But before we get out of here, family, I'm on her Wikipedia page. I ain't finna show it to you, but it's exactly the resume of a white nationalist. We did the abortion stuff. Black Lives Matter. Said that BLM is violent terrorists who want to stoke societal unrest and literally already has blood on their hands. They said she's a flat earther. Well, she leaned to it. Let me not misrepresent her. She said that she doesn't like same-sex marriage and gay conservatives. So Rob Smith, yeah, there you go. She don't like you, sir, and you're black, so you might be double fucked. And this was a great one that I found out today too. When she went to CPAC last year, she described Russia as a Christian nationalist nation and said, quote, "I identify more with Putin's Christian values than I do with Joe Biden." She stated that Christian nationalist countries are a threat to the global regime. It also says here, she was raised Methodist, a former drug user who reformed through a Pentecostal faith-based recovery program for which she later became program director. She's a recent evangelical Protestant convert to Orthodox Christianity, which received within the Russian Orthodox Church outside of Russia, and was a catechumen during her Senate campaign. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so let's just call it what it is. She's a weirdo. But it's to be expected from white nationalists. All right. Let me get out of here because I'm starting to feel icky. And I'm going to do something that I'm sure she doesn't do every day. I'm going to go take a shower. Y'all already know what to do. Share, like, and subscribe. That's right. Share, like, and subscribe because I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm different. Take care. Stay safe. I'm out.